Good afternoon. This is Carmen McPhail with United Country Lifestyle Properties of Maine, and today I am in the town of Burlington, Maine, and we are at 144 Main Road. Behind me, you can see this cute little house. It is a 2 to 3 bedroom, 1 bath house with a full foundation. It could be your forever home, or it could be a seasonal camp. It is 4 seasons, so you could use it to come up and enjoy the outdoor life here and then go back to wherever it is you live and not have to worry. Let's go in and take a look. We're going to come on inside. There is a nice entryway here that is great for storage. And out this door, there's actually an attached woodshed for your wood for the winter, so you don't have to go out and get wet or cold to bring in the wood. As you walk in the entry to this house, the washer and dryer are right here. This is the extended part of the kitchen. So we also have our refrigerator and our range. And there is a dishwasher here. It doesn't work. As far as the current owner knows, he doesn't know what's wrong with it. It just doesn't work. So, might need a new one, or you can do the dishes in the sink the old-fashioned way. And speaking of old-fashioned, so this house was built in 1956. You will probably notice that it has wallpaper everywhere, but it also has some cute things like the built-ins here in this corner that, it's just kind of nice to have this kind of storage that uses wall space instead of floor space. Here by the windows is a great place for a little table if there's just a couple of you, or you could put an island in the middle and I'll leave it that, or you could find a place to put your table here in the kitchen. It is an eat-in kitchen. There is no formal dining room unless you want to use either what they used as the living room or the other room, which is, I'm going to call it a first floor bedroom for your dining room. The house is heated by a forced hot air furnace. It also has the wood stove here. I'm sure that you would be able to heat your house easily with just the wood stove or just the hot air heat. I'm standing in what they used as the living room. I'm not going to ignore the elephant in the room. There was a problem with the roof. It was not properly flashed around the chimney, and they had some water and leakage, and there was a lot of moisture in here, and thus the wallpaper has peeled and curled, and there is some staining on the ceilings. They did get that sealed so that it no longer leaks. However, I believe that probably the roof has lived its best life and needs new shingles. We're headed down the hallway to what I'm going to call the first floor bedroom. Also could be your living room if you decide to use what they used as a living room for your dining room. This is the door to the cellar. We will go down there. There's a relative lack of light down there, and so, we don't want you to have to just wonder what I'm doing down there in the dark. So bathroom is here. It is a full bath. It has both a shower and a tub. And then this is that bedroom / could be your living room. We're going to head upstairs, and I know that one of you or more are going to ask what this is for. So this is a curtain that goes across the stairway. If you're only living on this first floor, this will keep the drafts down and will keep the heat from rising up the stairwell so that it'll be even easier to heat this house in the winter. But if you are going to live up there and you're going to want heat up there, then you're going to just pull it back over and we'll go right up the stairs and look at the rest. I'm at the top of the stairs here, and there is a nice deep closet here for storage. And then there's a bedroom on each side of me. Again, New Englanders, we love to use all the available space that we can. They've got nice cupboards on this end, and then on the other end of the room, they have shelves again, and they also have some more built-in drawers. And while we're right here, they do have high-speed internet here. Currently, it's turned off because nobody's living here. But they did leave you the router so that you know that it is available here at this location. So this is the second upstairs bedroom. It is a larger bedroom. It also has a hanging closet as well as the shelves and the built-in drawers, which are on the other end. So there's plenty of storage here as well, and there's plenty of room for whatever size bed you wanted to put in here. Even if you wanted to put a couple beds in here, you'd have plenty of room. We're going to head down the stairs and look at the basement. Before we do that, I want to remind you, like, subscribe, notifications on, and make sure you have all notifications on, because you might miss one of our videos if you don't have that on, and it might be the one you've been looking for. As I mentioned, we're going to go down cellar. I just wanted to note that, I've told you, New Englanders like to use every little nook and cranny. On the backs of the stairs, which go upstairs, they have actually made little shelves that you can put your canning on. One more little thing that makes these old homes have such character. So we're here in the basement, obviously, and this is a little cold storage room over to my right here. It doesn't have a light in it, so it's hard to see, but Joey will try to get a little bit of video in there. And then right here beside me is the electric hot water tank, and then we're going to move over that way, and the well trawl and the controls for the well pumper here, as well as the hot air furnace. So here to my right is the Olson brand hot air furnace, and then over here is the new well trawl. Owner says this is like 3 years old. Had to replace this and the pump in the well at the same time, so it's fairly new, and one of the things that you don't have to worry about replacing anytime soon, hopefully. Over on this end of the basement is this insulated door, which leads out to Bilco doors. So if you wanted to store wood down here, you could, although with that handy dandy attached woodshed, I don't know why I'd want to do that. Over in the corner beyond the hot air furnace is the electrical panel. It is a 100 amp entrance, I believe, and there's room for a couple more expansions, or you could even put a bigger box in here if you needed to, if you need to run more electric for some reason. We're going to talk a little bit about the town of Burlington. So Burlington is just south of the town of Lincoln. It's about 48 miles from the city of Bangor. It has a year-round population of about 350 people. This lot is out on what locals call the Grand Falls Road, also called Maine Road, and it's fairly quiet here most of the time. Behind me, you can see that this was previously used for goat. It is fenced all the way around on 3 sides. They took the fencing off the front here so that they could mow it while the goats weren't here last year. The lot is 1.18 acres, and we do have several outbuildings. We have a couple of goat barns, and then we have a storage shed, and then we have a hay barn or a feed barn, as well as an old garage. I don't know if the garage is worth saving. Probably just needs a new roof like the house, but I haven't been in it, and from the looks of it, I'm not sure that I'm going to go in. This is the exterior entrance to the woodshed. I showed you the interior entrance to it when we were inside the house. You can put I'd say you could probably store at least 3 cord in there. So this is one of the goat barns that I was talking about. As you can see, there's posts along here so that they did have this part of it fenced off when they did have goats. It would be easy to put the fence back, like I said, if you want to have your own goats, or if you have dogs, you could fence it in and have a great place for them to be. Or you could take out all the posts and just make it more lawn, or just leave it like it is and let it grow back to woods. Up to you. Behind me is the hay barn that I spoke to you about. You could use it as your tractor barn. You could actually put your car in here if you wanted to, or store plenty of feed for whatever animals you have decided to have. And just beyond this, down the hill, right by the road, is the garage. We'll go take a look at that. As I mentioned, we are down here by the garage. It is a 1-car garage. Obviously, it has some roof issues. They've got tarps on it in a couple different places. I'm not sure. Like I said, it's locked. They've got some stuff stored in there, but I'm not sure if it's worth saving but it is really convenient to have it here. You could actually put your little snowblower right in there, and then you'd be able to get your driveway taken care of, or even your little tractor that you want to plow with, and then you'd be able to get your driveway taken care of without having to get too much shoveling done before you do that. One of the great things about this location at 144 Maine Road in Burlington is that there is thousands of acres of conservation land near here. There's thousands of acres of woodland that's owned by paper companies and foresters that allow us to get on their land and use it for recreational uses. There's some lakes nearby. There's plenty of trails for ATVing and snow sledding. So great location for if you want to use this as your home, wonderful. If you want to use this as your seasonal camp, then you can have this as your base. You can go hunting from here. You can go fishing from here. You can go ATVing or snowmobiling from here, or you can just go hiking. And there's plenty of that in this area. So if you've watched to the end, I appreciate you. If you fast forwarded to the end, I get that too. This is what you want to know. It's a 2 to 3 bedroom, 1 bath, 1,284 square foot single family home at 144 Maine Road, Burlington, Maine. The price is $99,000 and the taxes are right around $550. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. And call me. My number is 207-290-0371, and I'll be happy to give you your own personal tour or answer any questions that you have outside of what I've shown you in my video.